Welcome to Mrs. Peach Thrifty Living. I'm so happy you're here today. Today is hashtag Tea Tuesday. It is hosted by my friend Patty at Life with Patty and Cassie at Kathy's Favorite Things. You can go over and check and see what everybody posts, and what everyone else in this wonderful collaboration posts. And on Tea Tuesday, you can just talk about, or it's basically, it started off with just let's have a cup of tea and talk or whatever. And then they've expanded it to whatever you want to drink. Well, I'm drinking my coffee, my first cup of coffee with my collagen and my protein in it. I have a little milk in there and a little bit of stevia. It makes for a good drink. I did something different today than I've done before. For a long time, I've watched Our Tribe of Many. I don't know that any of you watch it, but they have, is it 11 or 12 children? Their oldest son got engaged today, and it was just a beautiful video. I was putting my makeup on, all my eye thing on, and I put my under makeup moisturizer on, and I thought, wait a minute, I didn't put my foundation on. Well, so I got a little backwards today. There are a couple things I want to say before this. First off, I want to show you this. Be called new to me. I've been using it for years. You can buy it online or at Walmart. I've bought it basically always at Walmart off the shelf. This is a bronzing moisturizer with skin firming in it. Shows how, like, if you put it on day 1, day 2, day 3. Well, I can't tell you it does quite that, but it's really good, and I've been using it for years, and I feel like it gives me a little bit of, otherwise I think I'd be as white as a sheet almost. So you might want to check that out. I think the last I bought, I think it's about $6. Now don't hold me to that, everything is going up in price, but I've used this for a long time. I showed it to my dermatologist one time, the one that retired now. I have a new one now. He said this was good. See, now it don't show that it has any SPF in it, so you want to remember that, but it does give you a nice little glow. Another thing I want to show you is this. I've had this more than 40 years because I've been here 40 years, and I had this when my kids were little. And they always remember this. Of course, I put different things in it. I put all kinds of things. Right now, it has one of these stretchy bands that you do your exercise. You never know what you're going to see in this. But I just wanted to point this out. Some of the girls, Patty for one, and some of the others do a book review once in a while. And I've read for years, but not as much as these other girls have. But out of my bookshelf, and this book right here. And now I want to tell you that I don't know that you're not going to see it, or it probably wouldn't be available. But I do want to tell you about this book. It was called The Snare. It's a Zondervan book here. I'm so excited about this right here. You see, that was my granny. Not my mama, my granny. She was a member of this book club. And it's really neat to know that you read a book your grandma read. Quite a good book. It is Christian based. It's about a young man that he went to Bible college and he didn't know what to do. All the others seemed to know what they were going to do in life, but he just didn't know. And he got a note from the dean wanting him to come and talk to him, and the dean had gotten a letter from someone, and they just had a name of this place that was Lone Lake, out in the middle of nowhere, basically, that they wanted a church in their neighborhood. The dean asked him if he would go, and he did. And the excitement of there's suspense in this book, and there's love and romance in this book. There's more suspense in this book, and there's a lot of God and Jesus and him preaching the gospel. It's really quite a good book. It's available, but it really made me feel good to know that my granny had read this book, and part of her book club that she, you'd get a book every so often, and that's what you did. Okay, my next thing I'm going to show you, some of this was videoed about a week ago, and then there's a couple of things I will show you today. I'm going to take you out in my garden, and I may tag this as Garden Saturday. I'll put it in the description. Grandma Sandy has that, and I'm also showing you some of my garden. Well, it's not really a garden, but I have some plants planted, some tomato plants, and they're doing quite well. And I have a disaster that I brought out on my porch from my house, 2 plants. Maybe you can give me some advice or tell me, never mind. The one is when my husband passed away, and we got a plant. And I've kept it going in this house for all this time, and I eventually made it into 2 pots, and they were both doing good. And I'd say the last few weeks, they have just about, I don't know whether I've just ruined them. So stay tuned, and maybe you can give me some advice. I hope you enjoy this little video. It is plumb cool today. Okay, you guys, this is my disaster. This is the one I told you about. This, and I'll show you the other. I repotted it yesterday. Well, it's in the same pot, but I dumped it all out, put some new dirt in there, and then I put some Miracle-Gro in it, and we'll see how it goes. It's still sitting out on the porch. It's probably about 72 right now. A little breeze, and it's predicted to get up to 106 this week. I don't know if they'll change it, but it's sure cool today. This is my zucchini I planted from seeds. I'm pretty proud of this one. You can see some little blooms down there. This is in my front yard. I decided I didn't want to plant things in the backyard because I don't get back there as much as here. The Roma one, well, I see 4 tomatoes on there so far. And this one kind of, I don't know whether it takes more water, because these 2 are side by side, the one I'll show you next. And the other one seems a little more hardy. Okay, my next one is a little cherry tomato one. Little tomatoes, and you can see. And they're right out here. They get a lot of sun out here, so I'm hoping they'll do good. One last one here. This is my pepper plant. Looks like something has been eating on it. And I did see a little pepper. Right. Let's see if I can get it here. There's some little pepper. There's 1. There's 2. And we'll see if there's any more. Some bug is enjoying that. I want to show you my apple tree. Look how loaded my apple tree is. And I know I need to thin it. When do I thin it? I need some advice. Look at all that. I don't know whether this tree has ever been this loaded before. Wow. Now if they just make it. Here he goes. Look at all that. That's a lot. I'm just walking around it a little bit to show you. And then I'll show you the other tree. It's don't look like it's near like this one. I've got to water it. I was reading how often to water this because I didn't know. And it said something about once a week. I don't know. So all of you that know anything about these, if you know something I don't know, which I'm sure you do, Please tell me. Look up, way up there. I couldn't even get those apples. Okay, on to the next tree. Now, this one is not doing near as well. And I can't remember which one's Golden Delicious. You can see they're not near as many on this tree. In fact, very little. Look at that. That's a perfect little apple. Little baby. So this one is the sad one. Good. I've noticed in the past, 1 year one will do good, and the next year another one will do. Here's the beginning of grapes. I wonder if they'll do anything. Last year they didn't do a thing. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed that. Be sure and go and check and see what everyone on #TTuesday posts today. It's going to be good. And come back tomorrow, because tomorrow is budget meals under $5. And I already have my meal all ready to show you, and it was good. I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. I always want to tell you, don't forget Jesus loves you. No matter what you're doing and where you're at, he loves you. And just be sure to call on him. Give him thanks for what he does for you. You know, we need to live with a thankful heart. And I'm getting ready to go to the dentist. I hope it's a good report. I'll let you know on that one. I've been trying that xylitol regularly, so we'll see if anything is different here in this mouth of mine. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow.